I was doing the Wind It Up video, basically I had to get a video director, and clearly I was going to pick Sophie Muller. I mean, I've been threatening for years to put Sound of Music to a beat. It's one of my biggest inspirations, and both Sophie and I are like huge Sound of Music fanatics. It's sort of like when you have like Star Trek and you have these like Trekkies, we're like Sound of Music versions of them. So we're like friends because we like the Sound of Music. So it was obvious that she was going to do the video. And at first we weren't going to have such a reference to the Sound of Music. It was going to be like a subtle one little scene part of it. And then she like emailed me with these like huge exclamation points. I got it! You're Julie! And like she just got really overly inspired and excited. And so we wanted to do a really modern twist on it. And so it's a sort of disco Tetris version of the Sound of Music. Sophie did the Luxurious video. I basically, that video is crazy because we did it on Saturday, Sunday, I believe, and I found out that I was gonna have Kingston on Friday night. So I was feeling really weird during the video. Nobody knew. I didn't even know. I hadn't even gone to the doctor yet. So I'm doing the Luxurious video feeling quite sick. And it was I'll always remember that because clearly when you get pregnant, it's like a really big deal. So I called Sophie to do the video, and I actually think I challenged her a little bit on this one because I wanted it to have a certain kind of look to it, the colors of the film and the way that it was lit. So I was forcing her to do something that she doesn't normally do, but I think it turned out really beautiful. And she loves that, I think, too. She likes to, she can do anything, so I was like, do it like this. She's like, okay. I just wanted to really, like, create a mood with that video, the way that song kind of makes me feel, and it was just kind of some of the inspirations. I always kind of go for the same inspirations, sort of like Chola Orange County girl, long nails and that hair and everything. The makeup in that video is something that I kind of always done and just was doing another version of it with like the flowers and the hair and like the whole pinata moment was another kind of look in it. It was just more of an abstract video. Nothing really has really too much meaning to it. It was just the idea of the colors and the kind of vibe of the whole thing. Basically, the live performance for the Crash video was done when I was about 3.5 months pregnant on the Love Angel Music Baby tour, and Harajuku tour actually is what it was called. And I just remember thinking Sophie was going to come out and film it and do the live DVD, and I was like, I don't know if I want to film it. I feel really gross. I don't know if I want to like have this captured because when you're pregnant, and especially when you're first newly pregnant, you just feel really yucky, and the idea of capturing it on DVD for life is like, didn't sound like a good idea at the time. But now that I see it and that we got it on tape, I feel really glad that we ended up doing it. And so basically, Sophie did a whole edit so that we'd have a video of Crash. Orange County Girl was a song that I had written with Pharrell last year, and without intending to like make another album. So when I was doing the Lamb fashion show last year, I used that in a fashion show, and then I ended up going on tour right after that, like a month later. And I didn't know if I was going to put a record out or not, so I didn't want to waste songs. So I said, I was so excited about those songs that I ended up doing Wind It Up and Orange County Girl on tour. And I was surprised how well it kind of was received. And for me, it was kind of the highlight of the show. It's always the new songs. It's always the new ones that you get the most excited about. What You Waiting For video, that was with Francis Lawrence, who's somebody I wanted to work with for a really long time. He's very talented, and it's really weird when you meet someone that you're a real big fan of and they're very talented, and then he's very humble and like so chilled and easygoing. It's kind of shocking. And we ended up doing this video in Pasadena at this mansion, and it must have been, I think, 102 degrees, and that's not counting the lights on top of it. And I'm surprised that the little baby pig that I was holding didn't cook in the lights. It was so hot. It was just like extraordinarily hot. And I had all these John Galliano couture gowns and I think an Alexander McQueen leather dress with ruffles, and it was unbelievable. But I was so pumped up and ready to be Alice in Wonderland on this crazy Harajuku journey that I had no fear and ready to go. We accomplished so much in 2 days, and to be able to do that with Francis, and he had this really kind of interesting, kind of weird humor the way that he did it, and I'm really proud of that video. The Rich Girl video was probably one of the hardest videos that I ever did with David LaChapelle. I'd actually been inspired by a photograph actually that Vivienne Westwood had done in the 80s, this whole pirate photo shoot that she did. And then that was inspired, Mark Squires, a photographer that I'd worked with, had done this scene of these girls on this raft, this whole pirate fashion inspired thing. And so I called David, I thought he was the perfect guy, and we got together and I showed him the inspiration photographs, and we talked about, you know, the idea pirate and treasure chests, and this whole thing seemed to be a really good way to kind of go into the rich girl thing. And it was just one of those really challenging videos, but the rewarding part was being able to work with Eve again, who I love, and she's such a cool girl, and I would work with her any day. I hope she calls me up to be on her next record, which I don't think she will because she's probably over it, but I really enjoyed doing the video with her, and I think at the end of the day, it turned out really pretty. I'm always thinking about videos when I'm songwriting. Not intentionally, but when you're getting really excited about the song, you can just picture it, you know, and that's what I'm saying about like our generation when we write music. It's like you always know that you get to have that visual. Some people were, in the past, were saying that was like, it was killing music by having to like put visuals to it, like it takes away the imagination of everybody's own interpretation of the song, but I always really enjoy the whole process of putting those images out there. Hollaback Girl was with a video director that I wanted to work with for a really long time, Paul Hunter. We basically got together at my house and started talking about, you know, the kind of concept of the video and what we wanted to do. And one of the inspirations for the whole video was from that movie called Drumline. Do you remember that film? It's amazing marching bands, and I used to be in the marching band in high school, so I have like total experience in the marching band world. But so we basically went out and got like the top cheerleaders, drill team, and marching band from around the country, and they came in, and those are the people that you see in the video. I mean, these kids were spectacular. I mean, at what they do, they're the tops. So I remember I went into rehearsal, and it was a whole gigantic gym full of kids, and they were all, you know, doing these like cheers and amazing choreography. So I was blown away. And I do not do choreography like to save my life, so I was really blown away. Cool video, I went back to work with Sophie Muller, who is one of my best friends, and she's kind of like the one girl that I always turn to. And I know that we'll always do good videos together, and we collaborate, and it's always a great time. And so when I was doing the Cool video, it was obvious I was going to ask her to do it. And we started thinking about ideas. We were kind of being like Sophia Loren. We were feeling the whole kind of 50s vibe, and we were thinking it needed to be done in Europe for sure. And Lake Como came about because it was a great location, and I think there was somebody that recommended that we go there because at that time of year it was going to be the right kind of weather. So it was so beautiful. I mean, to be on location and be able to like have all your best friends, because everybody that I work with, like my hairdresser, my makeup artist, my stylist, the video director, my management, we're all really, really close friends because we spend so much time together and we really adore each other, and we're all very kind of like passionate about it. So to be on location in Lake Como was incredible. I even had Tony's girlfriend, Erin, play the girlfriend in the video, the real life girlfriend in the video, and so Tony was there as well, and it was just incredible.